So let's say I want to map it now to a shipping type. So first just connect it one to one, and then we can go to the mapping editor here. So under the mapping editor, there is a mapping called fixed values. Let's say we know at the beginning of the project that okay, these are the 3-4 different shipping types that I want to use. For example, here okay, let's say shipping type is land. That means it is coming through trucks or some. Then I just want to map it to ship to someone. I'll just call it as a name, Amit. If it is air, ship to Rashmi. If it is water, so I'm just using 3-4 different types and just map it to these. So once I'll just connect this as an input. Let's say this is my input, whatever I have given, and then this should be my output. There are 3-4 different options which we can use based on the shipping type. What to do on failure? Let's say there are 3 options here. One is use key, one is use default value, and another is throw exception. Use key means whatever is coming here, I will use as it is. Okay. Default value means I have to assign some default value here that okay, if I am not going to get anything from this one, what is the default value? Third one is throw exception. That let's say I have not used any default values or keys. What to do if I am not getting anything out of these options, land, air, water? Then it will throw an exception. So we'll go one by one and I'll show you. So first let's keep it use key and I'll save it. Okay, and let's deploy and test it one time. This is deployed. Let's go to SAP UI, and here my shipping type is priority to day. Okay, that okay, you have to deliver this, but I have used some different option, so I'll keep it this one so that we are using that. Okay, so now my target message is looking like this only, which is having the customer name, address new, and ship to. Okay, so I only got 3 fields, but in my target structure, how many fields I have mapped? 5 fields. Okay, how many fields I have mapped here? I was expecting code, order ID, this, 5. But let's check first thing, 3 fields, whether it is correct. Customer name is mapped to customer name, address new is mapped to address, which is coming fine. Customer name from here, address from here, ship to priority today. So because I did not use land or something like that, let me show you another scenario. Let me use air. Then it is going to go to Rashmi, which is my scenario of if I'm going to get the value out of this. Just a second. What was the fixed value for that? If it is air, it should go to Rashmi. That is correct. Okay. Moving on, now I got my target message. This was the fixed value. There is another option in CPI which is called as value mapping. This is called as fixed value mapping, where we know initially that okay, this is going to be at the Design time, we knew that okay, this is going to be my shipping time. Let's say there is a scenario, tomorrow there is additional shipping type is being assigned, or there is a change in the shipping time, it is very dynamic field. Then what to do? Let's say tomorrow it is added, what we have to do, we have to go to mapping, change it, and then test it one more time, deploy it, so many things. And this mapping, this particular piece of code in the backend is going to going to stay in this particular mapping itself. And let's say we have a similar mapping. Let's say this shipping type is used against 5 different type flows. Then I have to do it 5 times or copy paste, do something around it. And if it is dynamic, then again I have to change it, go it to every particular mapping and change it. There is another mapping called as value mapping. Value mapping is exactly same like this functionality wise, but this is defined outside. This is defined outside the iFlow. I'll show you. I'm just going to save it. So here it is designed as an artifact, not as a, so there is option value mapping. Okay, I'll call it as value mapping. Where it is created as an artifact, so that two things, it is reusable, second it is configurable. Like if you see here, there will be option of configurable, so that without getting into the actual iFlow, you can configure it outside. Let's say this is my design time box, this is my development box. In the production box, I want to call it as a something different. On the actual values, what would be given to me during the production time. But normally, if you create a iFlow, you are not supposed to change it, the iFlow in the production. You will not be getting the edit option. But if something is configurable, you will always get the edit option. You can go and configure it. So it is suggested to use value mapping wherever it is dynamic in nature, and then you can manipulate it anytime, whether it is development box. How to create it? Just click on this add button. I'll just call it as source identifier. I can give it as ID, and this agency and identifier should be unique within the tenant. Okay, somebody else might not be using the same. That is how it is going to be used throughout the tenant. It is not specific to one iFlow. You can use it, you can create it in any package, but you can use it throughout the tenant in any iFlow. So I have just created one agency and identifier. That means I'm just giving one name, unique identity. And then the values and type I can create it here. Okay, for example, what was the another thing that we were trying to capture? The payment type. Okay, so I can give it as, what is the payment type? Let's say payment type is credit card, and if it is credit card, I want to charge it to, let's say, Rahul. I'll add it. If it is a debit card mode of payment, I want to charge it to Priya. If it is COD, I want to charge it to Ajay. Something like that. We can create any combination. So I'm keeping 3: COD, debit card, credit card. Save it. Okay, what happened? Credit card one. Let's skip. Okay, so if you see here, it is giving you an example. What is the usage? It is saying value mapping B22 source ID. This combination, it is going to map it to Priya for a debit card. Okay, this combination, this source and target combination, it is going to map it to Priya for debit card payment type. For credit card, it is going to be Rahul. For COD, it is going to be Ajay. And tomorrow, let's say there is a new payment type coming in. Debit, let's say wallet payment or Paytm or Google Pay, some other, let's say n number of combinations will keep on popping, right? So if you remember using Flipkart or Amazon 5 years back, only two options or these three options were there. Now there are n number of options, wallet options are there, UPI option is there. So what to do? Nobody is going to do that enhancement at a very iFlow level. So it should be something generic. At runtime we can configure it so that any addition deletion that we want to do, let's say during the COVID time they stopped the COD delivery type, so they can simply remove that option from here, coming back and remove it. So I'll save it and deploy it. Once it is deployed, I can use it in any iFlow within my tenant. So I'll go back to the multi-mapping. So for the payment type, we'll use the another options. Payment type is here. Value mapping. For which field we are doing? Payment type. This is my input, output, and what are the options here. Source agency, what I have created, B22 underscore source, identifier I just given as ID, B22 okay, and now all those options which were coming in fixed value here, more or less it is here. What to do in case of failure, what to do in case of default value, use key we have seen. Okay, let's see the other option of default value. Let's say the default value is wallet, or let's say Paytm option is there. I'll just call it as Paytm. If none of these option is coming, the payment type should be, or the default value should be Paytm. Okay, deploy it. So it is starting. Let's do it test type. So here the payment type is COD, but I kept it COD all caps, but let's see what it is going to do. Okay, another field came in, payment type Paytm. Okay, if it is going to be COD, it is all caps. That is how I have kept it there. It is going to do a payment type Ajay. If it is credit, credit card. Okay, probably some case sensitive thing I have used. Let me check how I have kept it in the credit card option. Okay, C is small, probably here might be bad. So this is how it is going to work. Make sense? And in case you want to, the third option, I leave it to you. Just try it out, throw exception, and then check it out if you are not giving anything proper, whether it is throwing an exception or not. Okay, with that I'll take a pause here. Any questions?
For example, I need a CSV file means in value mapping. Is it possible to import
CSV file?
Yeah.
No, it is not Priya. It
In
is just
value
the map.
mapping, in value mapping you created, right, in the place.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to import the CSV file?
No.
No.
So where you are asking here?
Yeah.
No, there is no option to import the CSV file, but there is an option. Let's say if you go to the edit option, if you have seen this option, import.
Here.
Here I'll tell you what is this import CSV. Basically, let's say this is just 2-3 fields. Okay. Let's say there is a combination of 100 source and the value combination. Then rather than creating manually, you can create it as an Excel outside and then save it as a CSV, and then you can upload it. Okay, so that because might be a typo error like this might come up, right? And let's say you are bringing the data from PO system. There is some PO scenario that you are having, that there you can export it and then you can do some massaging of it in this particular format and upload it. Okay.